Yo, you ready for Monty? Let's go!
Never kept up with the latest. Never tried to be the greatest. But let's be honest, yes, we want this. Oh.
Hey everybody, this is, of course, our favorite Sings podcast. We love talking to musicians, we love talking music, all those things. This is on the Mighty Sharp Network. I got a great guest. I already like this brother right here, and then we already got some similarities. We got the same name we go by, first of all. His name, he goes by Mont Keys. Y'all know me as Monty Mont. Bro, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. And, you know, kind of going through your social media and stuff, we also share some other things in common. We have both met Nia Long, and I saw.
Oh, you met my wife.
That's funny you say that, yeah. But I said, okay, well, he good people then. He good people.
Yeah.
But, so just to kind of get into some, we're going to talk, he's had an amazing career, and we're going to talk about some things with that as well. But very quick, I want you guys to already check him out. Check out his music. He's got a great new single that he just put out, Lord You Know, LYK, and it's brand new. If you put in just Mont Keys, and he'll give his plugs afterward. But man, I love that sound. I love that song. And he's got one a couple years back called Don't Pass Me By as well. So check out, man. Support the music, especially you guys if you already subscribe to a music service. Give them a couple spins, man. That helps. So, man, I want to talk from kind of your origin story, man. You've been a musician as well as an artist as well, and who are some of your early influences for you in terms of as you begin to play and listen to music and things like that?
Oh, man. A lot of my peers were like a good influence to me. And also growing up, I grew up in a house with, my family we all went to church.
Yeah.
So gospel music, definitely. Quartet, choir music, man, it's a lot. R&B, it's a lot of. I'm a ball of a lot of music put in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? On your new single, that guitar, it brings it to that quartet sound. I heard that, and I said, oh, okay,
Yep.
yeah.
So that's where that comes from. Yep, the quartet side.
Yeah,
So I grew up listening to the quartet. Yes.
I could hear that, and it already put me in a mindset. Now, I read some of your bio, and there's a name, you got a lot of influences, but there's a name I saw in there, and I said, okay, because, you know, there's, you talked about just your style with singing and all that, and D'Angelo, and so on.
Yeah.
But I saw Jay Dilla on there.
Man, big influence.
Talk a little. I want you to just talk a little bit, man, because some of the young cats now, they don't really remember Dilla. They don't know who we're talking about when we say Jay Dilla. He's passed on, of course, rest in peace. But can you just speak a little bit on his influence?
All they have to do is Google his name, and they'll find out all the work he's done. But how I came to know Jay Dilla, a friend of mine, one of my good friends, Omar Edwards, we were on a plane going somewhere, and he brought me his mini disc, and he was like, yo, you know Jay Dilla? I was like, nah. I put it on, whole plane ride, man. I've been stuck on Dilla forever, man. It changed my life. You know, it changed the way I produce, the way he chops samples and make them instruments. It's just amazing, man. There's nobody like him.
No. Nah. It is. I've had a few people on, and anytime they talk Dilla, I gotta take that turn and like, yo, let's talk a little bit. I mean,
man, he was amazing.
And I'm from originally a city called Lansing in Michigan, so that Detroit sound would trickle over to us people, and I'd be like, yo, I was like, who is this? I remember when I said, yo, who is this guy? Like, this is crazy. Yep. You know, just a style you never heard, but
the light. Oh my God!
Come on, man. He was doing stuff with Slum Village and these guys and
Slum Village, yes.
And, man, I said, yo, this guy's is some next level stuff. So yeah, young guys, just like you said, YouTube it real quick, man. You'll be glad you did. So coming up in church, man, and that I tell everybody, I feel like all music was birthed from the church. I mean, you can trace back to anything that you hear. You'll do the whole synopsis of it, and it's somewhere coming back from the church. And
a lot of musicians and artists come from church.
Everything, and I love to ask people, just because most people sing. If you're a singer or you're a musician, you start in church because church is a platform. How did that help you in terms of your musicianship and getting confidence, just playing and having that time to be in church with?
So growing up in church, that's like one of the hardest gigs because you don't know what you're going to get. They call somebody up to do a solo, they sing all kinds of songs. You just gotta be ready for it. Yeah, like it prepares you. So I mean, playing in church versus R&B or secular, it's a little easier playing out there because you have parts to play. You know, pretty much play a song. But the gospel side, you got a whole lot going on. A whole lot.
It's crazy. I was telling a young musician, I said, see, listen, in church, they could sing in any key. They could start singing kind of, you got to be ready to just,
you got to be ready. Prepared. So you got to practice your craft at home.
Yes.
So when you there, you're ready for it.
So, but that takes me to, I do want to ask you this though, man, because your bio, you have worked with some of the all-time great artists in the industry, man. I mean, you done been with, Eminem's and all these people. I want to ask you then, when you get the call and, hey, we want to come out, a lot of times when a person is in a concert, they might do some different things than what we hear on the track. Like, that's what, because I'm a musician, so I always hear that. I'm like, oh, wow, they didn't add it. What is the collaboration like with an artist where you guys, the live band might be like, yo, can we add this? Let's change this a little bit here, and let's take some on the bridge here. Like, what is that collaboration like?
It's pretty cool. And it also depends on the artist. Yeah. Some artists don't like a lot of changes or embellishments or whatever, but it actually depends on the artist. Like I played for Music Soul Child. He was open to whatever. Yeah. As long as it, made sense. Or he would come in and be like, yo, I like that. Can we do it like this? Yeah. So, we kind of meet in the middle. Yeah. It's amazing too, because sometimes you have artists who are musicians, but then you have ones that aren't. And so then I always, wonder does something get lost in translation where, you're trying to show them this and they might not get it, but the ones the musicians might know and understand. But, some are more musically inclined than others. Yeah, So I want to ask you this then too, man, because you played on some big venues. I was just kind of looking through your stuff, and what's more nerve-wracking? Because now you got your EP coming out pretty soon. Is it more nerve-wracking putting your own stuff out or like working with somebody else in front of a crowd of like 15,000 people? For me, it's putting my own stuff out. Yeah. Because it puts me in a different light. You know what I mean? Like playing with other artists, I'm behind the keyboards, I ain't in front of people with the microphone talking and yada, yada, yada. Right. I ain't doing all that. But as far as me putting my own music out, I have to be in front of people. I'm not one that really talk a lot, so I have to talk to people. It's totally different. So yeah. It is kind of more, you're a little more vulnerable. Your music, it's all you, you know what I mean? Yeah. I got to tell people that y'all should check it out. I'm talking right now with Monty Keys. We already brothers, my brothers. But I want to ask you then too, for your creative process, you're around a lot of music and things like that, but even the tracks that you're going to pick for your own project, what is that like? Where do you take like 40 songs and then you trying to whittle it down, or are you just like, no, I know exactly what I want to do. I'm gonna do this, do this, do this, and do this, No, I'm actually just knocking out songs. And then I'll pick later as far as what I want on the album. But my process as far as making songs, I kind of just sit down, put a beat together, play some, chords or whatever. But I don't rush anything. So I take my time. If nothing comes to me at that time, I'll let it play and maybe go cook. Yeah. And, do something while I'm listening, and then, you know, stuff start coming to me. And I have my mic ready. So as it comes, I'll come record. I'll put it, you know, I kind of do it like that. Then I come back and put it all together.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, man. I like that. Yeah. I love hearing people's processes as well. You know, like I think technology has helped everything because, you know, I think we close to about the same age. You know, it was a time where you might hear something and you ain't have nothing to really, you know, and these phones help now, you know, your voice memos and stuff, but
that's why these young musicians got it so good. They can go on YouTube, find little stuff to learn. We didn't have all that growing up.
No.
All that was not popping. So you had to find a little tape recorder or something. I would go to gigs, take choirs and musicians and come back and have the tape, listen to it and try to learn as best as I can.
Yeah, see, man, and thank you for saying that, man, because I be trying to tell these cats now, I'm like, man, they'll ask me to show us. I'm like, listen, you go on YouTube, it's 20 dudes giving you the camera over the fingers. They got the camera on the side. They got 3 different angles.
All that.
You know, back then we were struggling to just hear, what did he play? Man, let me try to remember, you know.
Yeah.
But man, that's amazing that you say that. Man. So I want to ask you this then too. Now we getting into some real musician nerd stuff now, y'all. Y'all might not understand all this, but what's kind of your favorite boards? What you know, you have a brand you love, or what's kind of your go-to, what's your baby? What's the one you really love to work with?
Right now, the Kronos.
Yeah. See, man, that's my brother right here, man.
It's so user-friendly, and it sounds amazing. And it feels amazing. So, yeah.
Kronos, I'm about to end it right here, man, because my man, this is what I'm talking about.
Hey, Monty, we Monties.
That's what
we like some of the same stuff.
You know what I mean? Like listen, shout out to I know my Yamaha brothers out there. Shout out, I know, you know what I mean? And then, you know, the Nords, you know, I know Paris. I know you know Paris Bowens, of course.
Yeah.
Nord guy, but I'm a core guy. Kronos, bro. That's
I mean, I have a few different ones, but my main one is definitely Kronos. Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that. I was gonna ask him, and whatever he's gonna say, I'm gonna roll with it. That's good to hear, man. Man, I really appreciate you taking some time. I want you to let people know. Can you give a couple plugs? Where can they find you? Find your music, all that stuff.
You can find me. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Montkeyz, MONTKEYZ. And my music is on all this digital websites. So just look my name up, and it should pop up.
Awesome. Okay, so my last question for you, man, is there I mean, y'all, I'm for real. My man has worked with so many people. Is there anybody that you have not worked with yet that you be like, man, I'd love to get the call to holler at them? Is there anybody on the list?
Nah, but I can tell you my ultimate favorite to work with.
Go ahead.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, wow.
Yeah,
I told you you work with some big people, man. It's
my ultimate favorite, yeah.
So what about him? What about him and makes you that you love so much?
I just learned a lot from being there. You know, the creative process through, you know, rehearsals, and it was always artists coming through. Like, you never know what to expect when you're with them. So it was this amazing experience, man. I learned a lot from them.
Let people know, like, how hard does a guy like that work to, I mean, you know, people, they see a lot of finished product and they see the glitz and the glamour of it, but how hard does a guy like that work?
It's a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I see him, like, even before some shows, yo, take this song out, put this on here, and, you know, we're only gonna do one hook of this right before a show, and it works. So he, you know, he knows what he wants, and he knows what he wants to see as far as imagery and everything.
Man, I tell you what, guys, I really enjoyed this interview, man. Please support my man. Check out he's got it. I mean, I really love that song, and I'm looking forward to the EP. Shout out to Ken, my man Ken, of course, giving me another great interview. I appreciate my brother for that. Check out Montkeyz, man. We about to be, you know, we in the brotherhood now. He good people, so you already know, man. Thank you for the time, man. I want you to have a blessed day, my brother.
Oh, anytime, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
This has been a production of the Mighty Sharp Network. Executive producer is Monty Mont. Watch the corners and always stay sharp.